Welcome back, everybody. This is episode number 60 of our all achievement run in Oxygen Not Included. In our last episode, we started to use the Aqua Tuner setup, and we have some issues we have to fix in order to get this to work the way we want it to. So before we do anything, what I would like to start with is let's create a reservoir, right? Let's just put this right. Where do we want this? We had it here before. What would be the easiest place for that? Yeah, let's just put it right here, right? And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna suck up all of the brine out of this and then change it to ethanol. We need to fix this up and grab all of that out of here because it's not good enough to keep this all cold. We want a deep freezer, and this is not providing a deep freeze solution. It's keeping it cold enough to where everything is considered a refrigerator. See, if we look, it's refrigerated because it's cold enough, but we don't want that. We want to go a step further, and that takes us to changing the liquid inside of this to ethanol instead. So that is what we're gonna do. In the meantime, let's cut this pipe here. I said here, yep. And then we are going to put the pipe there. So what this is gonna do, we're just gonna suck out all of the extra stuff in the pipes hanging out right here. We're just going to throw it right into the liquid reservoir. Now on the other asteroid, we got this door, which we don't want them to go this way. We forgot to do that yesterday. We want them to only be able to come in and then out in this direction, because this is all set up in a loop. So we have a good amount of that there. Let's take... Whoa, that sounded interesting. We're gonna go straight across and then down. Don't know what that noise is, but it's interesting. And what we're gonna do is throw a liquid pump here. Then we're gonna go over, up, around, and where is the input? It's right here, which is great. First off, how cold is it? Okay, that's a pretty cold biome. So we're gonna take those and throw it into a reservoir. Let's put 2 reservoirs. Why don't we just do 3? Make it snappy. And then we are going to continue pumping the ethanol. Let's see, does it have a... No. Okay, it's a straight up liquid. Evaporation's at 78.4 degrees. So as long as we keep it cold, it's not going to do anything. We'll go down like this. Up and over. That's great, right? And then there we go. And then we want 1 liquid bridge here. And then we want power. Good. And then I want to send, let's look at our here. Duplicate skills. Who is our researchers? We have Hassan and Rowan and Ashkan. Okay. Ashkan can do either one. They need 13 morale though. They need 11. Where's Rowan? Rowan needs 15. Yeah, Rowan's not going. We are going to send Hassan, I think. Hassan only needs 11. So what we're gonna do is go back to our main asteroid, and this is temporary. We are going to send him back. Let's see, Hassan. There we go. Disable that. Yep, we're gonna disable it, so now Hassan doesn't take that with him. So what we are doing is we are taking, why don't we change that to insulated, and then go straight up, and then we want a liquid bridge, and then we want a liquid reservoir, probably here, and then we want to cut the pipe right there. Let's see, we're gonna let this aqua tuner fix itself. We're gonna go back in here, and then we need a ladder because they need to grab this brine that's just sitting here. We don't want brine in here, especially if the water is we just want all water. We don't want anything else. That way, if it turns into steam, then it just turns into steam. It doesn't have any issues with the water itself. Okay, we don't have, why is it defaulting to sedimentary rock when we don't have any? That is not cool. Alright, let's try this again, because I swear I picked igneous rock, right? Let's try that again. Okay, and then up and over, and then let's deconstruct all of those. That's what we want, right? Perfect. Okay, now let's keep that like that for a little bit. All this is refrigerated, so we have a lot of time for that to work. Let's look at the other one. Okay, they haven't done too much. We're gonna need a whole row. What do we have in the blueprint? Omelets. Omelets are good. We needed more food, so enable auto harvest. Let's actually just enable it there. And everything else seems to be enabled. Okay, let's get rid of these two. We don't need that anymore. Well, look at all the baby Pacu! Tons of baby Pacu. We'll need to get slicksters eventually. So crude oil. It's a potential power source. Let's see, you can't inspect an oil reservoir, so we won't get anything good out of that. There's a brain chair, which is kind of interesting. Ooh, another one of those. We have lead and diamond. Ooh, finding all the fun, fancy things. More ethanol. This is good. We need the ethanol on multiple places, so that's going to be very helpful. Oh, this is super, super cold. And that's super, super hot. Okay. And we went in there. We need to change this to... Yeah. We don't want to give the reason for the heat to become super, super hot up there. So we're going to tie that off. We've got some cold temperatures coming in here, but we have this anti-entropy thermal nullifier, which is great. I'm not going to worry about those. All of this is breaking because of the pressure that they are under. Now I wonder if we get any meteor showers here. I think that's what I just saw. Maybe? No, I don't know. All right, let's go back to the other one. We have some idleness. Let's take a look at this. How cold is it? It's -1, so we're staying nice and chilly. We turned off the farm station down here because 273,000 fried mushrooms is a lot. What else did we do? All of the hatches. We have all of them. Just many hatches. How many are in here? We have 8. 6. Okay. Let's look at the automation grid. It's red. Is that because... And this one is green. Okay, so let's wrangle 2 of you. So we have 8 in this one. And we have... Alright, so we need to do wrangle and wrangle. See, this is why it's fine. Because then we can just wrangle them and put them inside of each one of these. Because if we look at the automation grid, those are green. It's green here, but it's red here, right? I believe that's how it works, right? So now we have 7. There should be 8 in this one. Once all of them are brought over. Alright. How are we doing on the other place? Oh wait, you know what we did not do? Okay, Hassan. Bye-bye. Whoosh. There we go. We're going to deconstruct that, and then we're going to activate this one. Let's do a priority of like 7 on all this, right? Yeah. That's what we want to do. Okay, and then here, you know what, let's just throw bog buckets in all of those. Swampy delights. Forever. And then we need to have, so we have 3 here. What else do we need? We need... Can we deconstruct this? Inspect. Oh, nice. Can this be manually loaded? I forget. No, I don't think it can. Alright, those are going to be taken care of. Let's go back to the other asteroid. We did get some more data, even though it's not enough. Let's see here. How many more cycles? 3.3 cycles. Okay, so we may tap into this, and we may not. Haven't quite decided yet. Oh yeah, we need to put wort seed down here. That's gonna help get rid of all of the icky germs. Once these germs are gone, all of the slime lung has been eliminated from the entire asteroid, from what I can see, which is optimal in most cases. How's this looking? Okay, so it's sending all of the water from here down into here. Temperature's pretty toasty there. Okay. Let's cut this for now. I think we might want another one of these. Yeah. There we go. that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have 2 of these here and here. No, see, why is it defaulting to sedimentary rock? That is so weird. Right? We're just gonna do sandstone. Don't need... Wait. Oy vey. We need to do this right the first time, and then we'll never have to do it again. And then we will cut. Put this here. Let's cut you there. And you here. Just gives us an extra buffer on the ethanol that's going to come in. Let's close this back up. Before we close that back up, let's move the materials out of it. And then change the priority of that to a 9. And then that's going to be just what we want. Alright, let's go back to ethanol. How are they doing? Okay, that's unreachable. There we go. Now it should be fine. I really am excited to see what we can do with these fossils. Unlocking full access to the fossil cache buried beneath the ancient specimen requires excavation of all of the deposit sites. Okay. And how cold is it? Okay, it's super warm. Zombie spores. Let's take a look at what zombie spores does. How about that? Let's look at the entry. Zombie spores. It's a parasitic brain fungus released by sporkids. Duplicates who touch or inhale the spores become risk of infection and temporarily lose motor control. That sounds terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. We'll have to see how we take care of the spore kid here. Because there's over 1 million zombie spore germs right there. That is interesting. We've got another one here behind Diamond. That'll be really fun. We'll need some exosuits for sure. Oh, that's why. Okay, let's give them some more space. Should be fine. It says max gas pressure, but I don't think that that's 100% true. Okay, let's, did we activate this? We did not activate the other one. So this is, there's gonna be 2 things that we need to do. We need to go all the way up here and activate it. Let's get rid of these. Let's go, we're gonna go up, 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 and then let's do one of these. This is so all the water goes this way and not this way, because I don't want it to go over here. We want it to go over there. And then we will activate this when it becomes available. Perfect. Oh wow, they're getting farther ahead than I thought we would be. All right, let's move a little bit faster. We'll go to the medium speed. We need to change priorities of this stuff again. 8. Yeah, and then we need to... We can actually open this up here. So the next thing that I want is to take this gas. And go down and around on both sides. what this is gonna do is let all of that oxygen flow from the other asteroid here, since we have a very sustainable amount of what am I thinking of here? Oxygen supply. The problem that we're running into is there's not enough flow, so it's stopping, starting, stopping. Think of it like traffic out when you're in heavy traffic, right? Stop and go. Well, that hinders the flow, right? We don't want that to happen. We don't want them to keep hitting max gas pressure. We want them to constantly be going without any stopping. And that would make it more and more efficient. So that is what we are trying to do. Too much liquid over there. Okay, well, hopefully we can fix that issue. All right, how is this refrigerant? I mean, it's good, but not quite good enough. It's in the point, it's going down and then up and then down and then up. It's kind of stabilizing a bit. All right, all of that is ready. The other one needs to be enabled. Okay, let's go back to the other place. How about this be a 9? Yeah. Because we just want ethanol. We want it, and we wanted it yesterday. Was this activated? Teleporter disabled. That's the input. Where's the output? Output. Activate. There we go. Ah. Alright, well. Let's go to... Who's our astronomer? Rowan. Rowan? You are now a field researcher as well. So now, this should be able to be turned on. Teach, OpenJ, and field research. We have field research. Okay, so you want that hat. Yeah, wear that hat and you should be fine. This is probably because they breathed in some icky oxygen and made them breathe more than they should. Okay, how many Pacu are we at? We have 1, 2 Pacu. Okay, let's open this. There we go. So having this incubator here pretty much ensures that we have room for we always have a Pacu sitting here, so we will never lose all of them. We'll at least always have one. No power. That would be helpful. I didn't notice that. How many is on this? Potential power consumed on this one is... Oh, man. Oh, we're only using 480. Okay. We'll suffer through it. Whoosh. Okay. Let's take a look at our duplicants over here. Oh, yeah. There you go, Puffed. Get it. Get that slime. This is working out great. This is activated. They're moving their way up to the next area. Oh, you know what we need? Gas vent here, gas vent there. Good. Let's mop that up. And dropping all that water into the bottom, which is totally okay. Not even gonna bother with fixing that. Just build a ladder up here. Thank you. See, it did it again. Everything is being made out of sedimentary rock. I wonder if we can just leave it at sandstone. Please. There we go. All right, going back. go. Now we need to close that off again. And hopefully the setup will work the way we want it to. When we have enough ethanol hanging out inside these, what I will do is then change this to remove all this brine, right? But let's look at how we did this. So what we learned was, I'm gonna pause it for a second. What we learned in the last episode was the brine, while it can create the ice inside this area that we want and pretty much create the squares of it, it gets cold quickly, and then it gets to the -21 mark, and then it slows down the liquid pipe thermosensor. So then the loop is not consistent, right? So then it stops, and then when it stops, this no longer becomes a refrigerated tile. So I think if you want a deep freezer, you have to have a super coolant, regular coolant. If they're, anything that's got a higher negative temperature than, I want to say whatever the deep freeze is. Actually, we could probably find out. Let's look at the sleet wheat. Sleet wheat grain, deep freeze. So it has to be below 10 degrees. It says 10 degrees Celsius, but that's not it. Let's see if we can actually find it in here. Deep. It's not in the database, so you have everything in here. I thought it would be there, but it is not. Either way, right now, it is... How cold is it? Let's see, properties. It is -6 degrees Celsius. So we have to get all of the food in here colder than that. And that is hard to do because we keep making more and more food. So we need a colder temperature to flash freeze everything in there. That is what we learned. We learned that we need a more robust coolant than brine. Okay, this is bothering me, so we're going to close that off. Okay, let's take a look at the other duplicants. How are they doing? Okay, all this is being pumped into... All the ethanol is being pumped directly into these, which is what we wanted. We needed that. Once they are full, we will move on and send it all the way to the other place. Let's look. So the problem that we have is this is not what we need. The problem we want, or we have, is it needs to come from here. Oops. That's the one we need. That's activated. We have nowhere to put any of it. So once this is done, we will have ethanol. And that is, quite frankly, a lot faster than I thought. I didn't realize we would be able to do it in that quick amount of time. We have 8 and 8. Let's see, do these eat? These stone hatches don't eat meat, do they? No. No, they do not. And that's why we like them. They only eat rocks and everything. So the reason I ask is if they just starve here, then the meat will just get pushed over here. Okay, what is next? Look at the Pacu eggs, just rolling all the way around. Do 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 do. Wait, where are they going? Oh, here they are. I was wondering. All right. Looking good, looking good. 8 of those. We have not a lot of those. Let's remove that and throw the glossy directlet eggs in there. What do we have next? Ooh, pufflet eggs. No, we don't want that here. We want that on the other asteroid. This is kind of why it's nice to have the printing pod on both locations. Alright, that one's almost full, and then this one's well on its way. Let's see. Alright, they're building it right now. Oh, they've got a balloon! Look at that. That is wonderful. Oh yeah. Alright. So let's enable this from now on so that we don't run out of oxygen. When they come back, then they will need more suits. Looks like we're missing deliver suit and deliver the other suit. Can we mop any of that up? We sure can. So this is going to be part 2 of making the metal tile a deep freezer. Pacu Fry, can we just move you here? Lots of water, lots of liquid. Alright. What's the temperature look like across the base? See, look at this. This is looking wonderful. This is really hot, though. All of this is super hot because of the cool steam vent, which we do need to tame sooner, probably, rather than later. Where did all the sandstone go? Did all the sandstone go? Yeah, I think it did. Okay, so we're gonna go like this. Yep, all of that is gonna get completely dug apart. Oh, they can't reach that. This would be another easy way to cool off the base. Now that if you have an aqua tuner set up like this, it would be really easy to use that and just throw a loop around the base entirely, right? That would be a good way to use the thermo aqua tuner to your advantage. All right, what's it look like over here? How are they doing? Okay, all that is getting pumped. They're slowly building the insulated pipes. Probably could use some more cobalt. Right? Let's turn that into a 9. We don't want any sore backs. That would be unfortunate. Oh, those require ethanol. So having nosh sprouts with a pip is probably more efficient, because then you don't have to feed it ethanol. Let's see distiller. Distiller would be refinement. Oil refinery converts crude oil into petroleum and natural gas. Yeah, that's probably what we will run into. Extra power. That would be good. Okay, we've got a ethanol distiller. Refines lumber into ethanol. Okay, so we would need acorn seeds for that. And I think it has a manual input. Ethanol, polluted dirt, and carbon dioxide. Yeah, that's not great. So it's good that we can just have some of it directly linked into this pump here. It'll take them a while to get through all that, so we can leave them alone for... Wait, before we do that, let's look at the food. Okay, food's good. Alright. Let's change the priority of this to an 8. All of that to an 8. That way this gets done faster. I really want to see if this works and turns this into a deep freeze solution. Lots of sandstone. Sandstone. Yeah, lots of igneous rock is getting used for the hatches. This is dormant now, so we should tame this. That'll be probably within... Yeah, I think that'll be the start of the next episode. We will start taming the cool steam vent. It's not a very difficult setup. I just need to flip it and it'll be kind of like on the other side of this. So what we could do... No, we're not going to do that right now. Because it's so hot over there. Let's look at the temperature. It is so hot over here that we don't want them to mess with that right now. Alright, how is this? Okay, they're almost done. There we go, there's some igneous rock. Probably some mini volcanoes down here. There's one there, one here, one here. So right now we are just pushing to do some more efficiency, right? And what I mean by that is we're trying to make this food in a deep freeze so we don't have to worry about it. So it's all staying relatively cold. All the food isn't going to spoil because when it's in a deep freeze state and it's in a sterile atmosphere, that's exactly what we want. So, okay, all this is going up and around. I wanted to see what the... let's pause for a second. So going down into this, it's negative 2.1 and negative 2. And then it gets more and more. So this is staying really close to the negative 2 mark. But in a moment, there's one left. Nope, there's a little bit left. What is the... They're all an 8, okay. 1 out of 2. That's why we're building the ladder and all this going upward, so we can get to the teleporter. Get to the chopper! I meant teleporter. We'll need to block that off. Make sure there's nothing here exhuming all of the polluted oxygen. My gosh, all of the polluted dirt everywhere, all over the place. Excuse me. All right. So, let's see here. We could demolish this. It's got a decoration value, but we don't have a demolished building person. It's gonna take him a hot minute to go up there. Let's look over here. They're almost done. One more. Is it gonna come through? It is. There's the ethanol. Awesome. Look at that little, it's like a little teleport circle. I'm glad these don't require power. Go get some more materials out of this. Alright, so we leave that for a moment while we get a lot of ethanol. Since the ethanol is going to really help us keep everything cool. We could almost take it and just make a nice loop around the base, but I don't think that's necessary since we have a lot of cool air coming from other things. So it's in a regular gas pipe and then it's going in here. Okay. It's really cold. But that's okay. Alright. Let's see. Oh yes. It's looking great. So what we want to do next is let's actually cut the pipe here. Let's add a bridge here and an insulated pipe there. And then we're going to leave the rest of it alone until we pull the rest of the brine out. Right? Yeah. Oh wait, that's the output. There's the input. Oh, this is not set up right. I did this backwards, didn't I? I did. Whoopsie. Alright, let's fix this. We're gonna go here, and then here. You go up. That's right, that's better. And then you go up and up. And then we do this again. There we go. Whoopsie, right? Pipe is blocked. It's not going anywhere. We're sending a whole bunch of this. Honestly, you know what we could do? Let's let this go a little bit longer, and then we're going to cut off one of these. Like this one is going to have ethanol in it, but we are not going to use all the ethanol for this cooling loop in case we want to use it somewhere else. So I think we will, yeah, I think we'll cut, you know, maybe we'll even cut off 2 of them because this doesn't require a giant amount. So if we do this, and then this, and then we want to cut this one here, and then go over, not out of sedimentary rock, go over and down, right? That looks good. This way we're not using all of the ethanol that we have. I think that would be better, a better use of the ethanol that's coming over from the other asteroid. Let's give this a moment. Let's look at the other place, check it out, see how they're doing. Oh. Yep. Kind of a whoopsie. There we go. Now nobody looks stuck. There's no point in us letting them drown, for one. We need a ladder here. And there goes all that water and that mud. This is why you need to be very careful, because a lot of the times they just fall. Like the mud and the, I don't know, I don't think the polluted dirt did. It's, what is that? That is polluted mud. That's what fell. Yeah, let's just open all this up. There we go. Yeah, they're having a great time. This is just giving us a lot of polluted water. Oh boy. Now Josh is stuck. They will be fine. Alright, we have another one of these. Iron, yeah. Now let's go to the other place. Okay, now I think we can go like this, and let's send all of it back into, yeah, we want it all into this little container here, into the reservoir, and then we are going to swap this around once all of that is out of it. Let's give it a couple seconds here. 1, 2, 3, done. Okay. There we go. And then we want a priority of now. Right? And we are focusing our attention on this setup for a while for two reasons. Number one, I don't want it to go wrong and miss something. And number two, this is really important that we get right, because we're setting ourselves up for other things with the aqua tuner and steam turbine setup, right? Like, this is not the only thing we're going to be using it for. We're going to be using it for the cool steam vent tamer, the volcano tamer, all sorts of things that are going to be necessary in the future. So let's see, next we want this, right? And now we have the perpetual loop. Instead of having all of this, we just stopped it with one reservoir. We want to see if we can continually provide enough ethanol, and I think this is enough to have it just continually go over and over and over. It's gonna take a minute. I think we can go, let's do 80. No, negative 80. Because ethanol, if we remember, let's go back. Let's check on ethanol. At negative 114.1 degrees Celsius for freezing. So this is a great coolant. Pretty excited about it. I'll leave everything else alone. All of that is getting taken care of. Most of the water is done, so we can have them wipe it all up off the floor. Too much liquid. Okay. That gives them something to do. Right? Alright, let's go back. Let's just check. Alright, what am I missing here? Nope, it didn't go in there. Oh, it's because we Send a green signal if it's below -80. Above. Yeah, see, it's already -20 degrees Celsius, and that's probably because of all of the cold we already had. This is going to get a lot hotter now, since we have a more efficient coolant. Look at that. That looks great. I know this is too much. Actually, we could probably just deconstruct that. Alright, let's look at the temperature again. Oh yeah, we're going in the halfway to the 70s, 80s almost. And then it's heating up this water. But if it gets too hot, then it's gonna take this and turn it into steam. And then the steam will ultimately be used by the turbine, and then it'll melt all of the water, or not melt, but evaporate the water, right? How cold did we get this stuff? It's getting so cold. We're almost there. -8. The tile is -8 degrees, 8.3 degrees Celsius. It's not considered, it's only considered refrigerated right now. That's probably because of it being 23 point whatever degrees. Oh man, this is great. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's make sure all this is set correctly. Yes. This will allow us to have oxygen coming directly from the other base. We're gonna go throw a few deodorizers, one here, and one here. Let's actually make some sand. How much granite do we have? 8 tons. We don't have a lot of igneous rock. Do we have a lot of sand? We have a lot of sedimentary rock, so let's do a bunch of sand. That's a 1-to-1 ratio. Perfect. Let's go back to the other one. There we go. Give them something to do. And then also, let's take a look at the tile now. It's at -11, -12 degrees Celsius. So we are getting there. We're also going to do that. I don't need this Pacu anymore. Not in here. Alright. How warm is the water getting? We're at 56.8 degrees Celsius. Again, in order to evaporate, we need it to be close to 100 degrees Celsius. We're nowhere near that, and we are still in a good position for cooling down everything. See, look at the food in here is cooling down very fast. You see the 49.4, 3, 2, 1. As long as you give it time, all of that is going to be super chilled. The grubfruit's at -7.4. So that's good, right? -80. So as long as it's below -80. Oh yeah, we're not even hitting 80 degrees on the thermal aqua tuner. So this is in a way better shape. Okay. The insulated pipe. Let's remove. Yeah, let's remove the brine out of the liquid pipe there. Oh yeah, we are so close to the deep freezer. Look at how cold it's getting. It's at -19.4 degrees. We have an icebox chiller right here, so that's also helpful. We have surf and turf, a lot of eggs. Oh my gosh, so many eggs. Negative 37.2 degrees. That is what we want. We want to keep all of that in a good fashion there. See, this is hitting 80 degrees now. Negative 38.2, 30.3, negative 24.9. Okay, so this has to keep going down in order for the other ones to go. Let's actually, let's see, it's pretty temperate here. Ooh, it's getting hot. I'm just gonna leave that. We don't need to touch it. Lots of ethanol. Did we get all of it from over here? And are we getting oxygen is the real question. Ventilation. We have a little bit of oxygen coming through. Okay, let's look at the other one and then check out the oxygen. So it is not getting backed up anymore, which is nice, right? That's what we wanted. So just the extra is coming down and going out. Let's send it in. Yeah, why not? Who wants some PJs? Dispense some PJs, why not? We're gonna do all the things. Okay. So we don't need this area too much. So what I want to do is just protect it a little bit. Let's throw... I don't need to continually provide oxygen over there, so we are just going to close it off. We are going to slow it down right there. And everybody, I want to take a look right here. Surf and Turf has hit the deep freeze with a sterile atmosphere. So the decay rate has gone down so much, we have achieved our goal. That was the goal of the episode. Alright, we are slowing it down. Please let me know your thoughts, your comments, any suggestions, what I could be doing better. If I need to do anything more, please let me know in the comments below. I think we hit a really good milestone to allow us some extra peace of mind, especially when it comes to this food, right? We don't want food to go bad, and this is the one way we can do that to ensure we don't have it decaying. I think the next step in our journey is going to be towards blasting off this rocket up here, getting the actual setup that we want put into place. We need to do more research. Our researcher decided to take a hiatus onto the other asteroid, so we'll be sending our researcher back to this side probably in the next episode. We also will be taming this one. You're next on our list, Cool Steam Vent. We're going to tackle that one, so stay tuned for that one. I believe that'll be a really interesting journey. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.